Justice for Jessica. Justice for all. Speedy trial. Speedy trial. Justice for Jessica. Justice for all. Speedy trial. Speedy trial. Justice for Jessica. Justice for all. Speedy trial. Speedy trial. Justice for Jessica. Justice for all. Speedy trial. Speedy trial. Justice for Jessica. Justice for all. Speedy trial.
Liberia's 2020 demographic and health survey found that 60% of Liberian women aged 15 to 49 had experienced some form of sexual and gender-based violence in their lifetime, such as sexual and domestic violence, early and forced marriage, wife inheritance, and female genital mutilation. On September 14, Jessica Lloyd was brutally attacked and left for dead by her American missionary husband, Lucas Riches. Organization named Justice for Jessica are here marching today to make sure Jessica gets her justice she deserves.
Justice for all. We want speedy trial. We want speedy trial. We want speedy trial. Justice for Jessica. Justice for all. Justice for Jessica. Justice for all. Justice for Jessica. Justice for all. Justice for Jessica. We want speedy trial. 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 Justice for Jessica. Justice for all. Justice for Jessica. Justice for all. Justice for all. Justice for Jessica. Justice for all. Justice for Jessica. Justice for all. Justice for Jessica.
The March for Justice lead marshal, Tatas B. Bakara, a Liberian human rights and justice activist, staged dozens of Liberians to seek justice for Jessica Lloyd at the One UN House. It can clearly be seen on September 22nd, 2023. A group of guys honoring the institution named March for Justice stormed the nation's capital, Monrovia, Liberia, singing "Justice for Jessica, Justice for all." While we are here, Heritage TV Liberia, to bring you to speed all of the actions here today. So stay tuned. Don't you go away as we gave you all of the actions here at the protest ground. Mohammed Mandela Kimukai bringing you this edition of the program here on Heritage TV Liberia. We're inside.
Justice for all. We want speedy trial. We want speedy trial. We want speedy trial. We want speedy trial. Injustice. 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 Justice for Jessica. Justice for Jessica. Justice for all. Justice for Jessica. Lucas. 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 Justice for all. Justice for all. Justice for all. Lucas is not around. Lucas is not around. Justice for all. Justice for all. Justice for all.
We are here because we want Lucas Riches to face state trial. Yes. So, forward to the Monrovia Central Prison on a pre-trial detention is a Jamaica. We want for Lucas Riches to appear in a court of competent jurisdiction. Because we believe that Lucas Riches is guilty.
Yes.
It does not require a clinical investigator to determine as to whether Lucas Riches is not guilty. He is guilty for the fact that he pierced the neck of our sister Jessica Lloyd. Enough is enough. To some extent, Jessica aborted a child who could be a president. A child who could be a prime minister. Once we cannot do this, to the people of America, there is no time. We will consider American citizens coming here to violate the rights of our Liberian women and sisters. So, but then you are not here. When I see you, you just around. So we're here.
Just answer the question.
We are right here. Petition.
So, the March of Justice is here to meet the UN, the United Nations here in Liberia, with a petition on the issues relating to Jessica's law here in Monrovia, Liberia.
We can just use the petition.
Across the street. Most of them will go across the street and talk about two practices.
So, a representative of the UN House here in Liberia is trying to arrange in that the petition of March for Justice be received here on this Friday's edition of the program. Heritage TV Liberia coming your way live in media. So we are here at the one UN House here where the March of Justice is here to. They are here to present the petitions on the issues relating to Jessica's law and Lucas Richard here at the one UN House in Monrovia, Liberia, already in the building. As you can see, the leader, Tatas B. Bakara, is seated along with a representative from the one UN House here. So whatever you're joining us from, we are here at the one UN House here in Monrovia, Liberia, on 4th Street opposite the Monrovia City Corporation. And the March of Justice have come to present the petition before the UN House. And then from here we will be heading for the Ministry of Justice, where they'll also drop another copy of their petition. So the guys are briefly discussing before they can be. As you can see, the petition is presented. Coffee Jojo is the one hand delivering the petition to the one UN House here, representative here in Monrovia, Liberia.
Thank you. Let's call him.
So it has been successfully been delivered here at the one UN House. First mission, I think I can say from my own state, is successful here at the one UN House. So they are coming out.
Justice for Jessica!
Justice for all!
Justice for all!
Justice for Jessica!
Justice for Jessica!
Justice for all!
Justice for all!
Justice for Jessica!
We want
Justice!
We want
Justice! Justice!
We want
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 Justice! 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 Justice for all!
Justice for all!
Justice for Jessica!
Justice for Jessica!
Justice for all!
Justice for all!
Justice for Jessica!
We want
Justice!
We want
Justice!
We want
Justice!
We want
Justice! Justice for all! Justice for all!
Well, thanks so kindly for rejoining us here on Heritage TV Liberia with Inside, a platform brought to you by Heritage TV Liberia. So, welcome to the studio, guy.
I'm Sekou Donzo, students of the AMU University reading criminal justice. I'm here today in the March of Justice for Jessica. In so doing that, we are seeking justice for Jessica. We don't want Lucas' human right to be violated as he is on pre-detention. So we want a speedy trial because injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. What affects one directly affects everyone indirectly. So we are here to seek justice for Jessica.
Can you tell our viewer what the March for Justice is all about, firstly?
Yes, the March of Justice is to call the attentions of Liberians international community so that they can be aware about an American missionary called Lucas who nearly slaughtered one of our citizens, and she is now in critical condition at JFK Medical Center. So the March of Justice, because we all are being aware that this is a high profile case, especially an American citizen is involved. So anything that we sit on it and allow the justice system to proceed, automatically justice will not be adhered to.
Are you here to seek justice for Jessica, that you are ensuring that Lucas' service stand in Liberia, or all you need that he should be given, Jessica should be given justice?
Jessica should be given justice. Lucas, because for me, I trust the Liberian judicial system. So the aim of this parade is for Lucas to appear before a judge in a court of competent jurisdiction, wherein he will go through trial. When he is found guilty, let Lucas serve a thing in Liberia. But for every one of us, we are aware that America is an era of justice. So if they choose for Lucas to serve his thing in America, no problem. But we want to see to it that Lucas actually go through the judicial system, through so that the Liberian law can apply on his case. And when he's found guilty, let him go through the case, a punishment.
So what can the public do to push the justice of Liberia movement or Jessica movement?
This is what we are doing now. The public now, we are encouraging the public to engage the justice system so that they can hear, they should know that the case here, it's not a serious, it's not a lead case. This case is about a Liberian citizen who a foreigner came here and want to put your lives or so. We all have to stand together so that the public should stand with us. We can pressurize the government so that justice, we don't want the case to be like the just case where injustice, were tampered with, which of course we all know that well. But we want for the case for the Liberian government to stand with us so that this Lucas man can go through trial. When he is found guilty, then he serve his sentence.
Do you think justice will actually prevail for Jessica?
Justice was prevailed after the church make that a statement, because the church firstly they hear from Lucas. So what he said, what the church took into consideration. But after a group of Liberian march at the church in America, they came up with another statement. They apologized and they are saying that let the Liberian justice system take control. And whatsoever happen, that is it.
So concerning the gender-based violence, which is the GBV, what do you think, or what can Liberia and the public do to prevent those things from happening?
Yeah, the issue of gender-based violence, for me, I would say, the illiteracy rate in Liberia, it is very hard. So the government have to put in mechanism to carry gender education in various homes so that our people can be able to read and read. Recent UNESCO statistics says that 52.5% of Liberians are illiterate, and that is very huge for our country. So, in many of our fathers, male, they believe in traditional belief, wherein women should be submissive. Women should be submissive. Whatever the man says in the home, it should be women should adhere to it. And these things we are in a mulling war and we all are crying for gender equality. So the government have to put a strong pressure and strong mechanism in place so that gender education can take every part of Liberia, so that men, women, every one of us can understand their role in society.
I'm Emmanuel, I'm a Liberian. Emmanuel Wulame, and I'm a Liberian.
Emmanuel Wulame, and you're Liberian. So violence against women has been deep rooted in Liberia even before the 14-year civil war began. What are some ways Liberian culture has influenced sexual and gender-based violence, and what can we do as a society to fight against this crime against humanity?
So here's the thing. We should be very conscious as to how we phrase things, especially when it comes to the SGBV, right? So the SGBV, when it comes to, you see, Liberia is a country of traditional culture, right? We are indigenous. And when it comes to the issue of SGBV, let us know how to coin it. If you talk about specifically violence against women, we want to understand the kind of violence you are talking about, right? Because you see, in our setting, many of us, especially from our rural part, people talk about tradition where women will have to follow the order of their husband, right? And it's a different case in a different setting. That's why people talk about cultural practices. You see, in Liberia, we adapt practices and want to fit within our culture. In as much as we respect our brothers, they have the poor in the southern society. They teach them well, right? There are things that are ordered. But when it comes to the sexual-based violence, exactly here, what I can say is we should be educated as to what they call the sexual gender-based violence. Violence against women, violence can be against anybody, right? So we should try at our utmost best to stay away from violence, whether expressive violence, violence by action, any kind of violence that us with, not just against women, but against everybody.
What are some of the resources that the victims of domestic violence need in Liberia?
So the first thing, when we talk about benefits, one thing we should try to understand that every victim of every given situation or circumstances need counseling, right? That's the first thing. When you are very massive for something, you need counseling. Liberia need to focus more on the psychosocial counseling arm. That's why you find most people get mad. People say people taking drugs. Not everyone that in the mental home takes drugs. Some people are going through a lot more stress. Some people got panic attack. People are going through paranoia, going through heart attack only because of what happened in there. So if we got people to be able to concentrate and say, hey, this is what you're supposed to do, this is what happening to you, I think it will help us. The first and foremost thing, we need counselor to tell us to be able to realize our mind, to get our mind back. And next thing we have to do is this, where we come for justice. I don't care how victimized someone can be. When justice is served a deterrent to the rest of every one of us. So
in crying for justice, what do you think is the main reasons why all these things is happening in Liberia?
So there are a few things. There's gone time August 9, the criminal court judge, one Mama C. Jabate, Africa, posted her opinion. Now on the title was, I will free all armed robbers. You know, in Liberia, we are noted for not giving people speedy trial in Liberia. In Liberia, they got high percentage of people in the South Beach or everywhere, they are pre-trial detainees. Like Lucas is one. Lucas is not he's not being biased by law. He has been detained because of flat rates. They are not too sure that they will be able to control him, whether he was run. So they detain him in the central prison. So this is one of the problems. People don't seek justice in Liberia. People criticize the government. People get violent in themselves when they see things. They are being victimized and there is no justice being there. There are no speedy trial. For example, if somebody stole from you here now and you took the person to the police station, after a few times you see the person back in the society, it stir up anger. Right, it's still that's why people say no. Says I don't have faith in the justice ministry or in the justice system in my country. I will take law in my own hand. That's why people go into violence.